Welcome back to the 2 Minute Warning, episode 281, doing a preview of this weekend's matchup between the Green Bay Packers and the Los Angeles Rams. Before we get started, question of the day. Aaron Rodgers has one Super Bowl ring. Who was the team that he has beaten? We will reveal the answer at the end. But again, this matchup between the Packers and the Rams, honestly, if I'm a Packers fan, this was the last team I'd want to play just based off of their defense. I'd be rooting for. If I was a Packers fan, I would have been rooting for the Bears to upset the Saints so I can get Chicago to come to us. But Jay, how's this matchup going to turn out, you think?
Yeah, it's weird. I oddly agree that this is the worst matchup Aaron Rodgers would probably want in his first playoff game this year. However, it's probably the worst quarterback he's playing. Out of Drew Brees, Tom Brady, and Jared Goff, I'm definitely going to choose to play Jared Goff, who not only is not even close to being on the same skill as Tom Brady and Drew Brees, but also has that weird thumb injury. And I actually heard Sean McVay announce that he has not came to a decision on who will be starting, depending on John Warfold or whatever.
Wolford,
the guy who
like
got the concussion. If he's healthy, he might be the starter of this game, and it might not be Jared Goff still. However, from the quarterback aside, the Rams' defense is a problem for the Green Bay Packers. We know the Green Bay Packers, while they might have the best offense in the league, arguably, if not top 3, top 5, they might have the most one-dimensional offense in the league. Therefore, it being through only Davante Adams, Aaron Rodgers, and Davante Adams, best duo in the league, best connection in the league, best chemistry between the two in the league. But outside, if you have Jalen Ramsey playing on Davante Adams and taking out of the game like he does DK Metcalf, that is going to be a problem for Aaron Rodgers. Yes, they have a run game in Aaron Jones, and even Jamal Williams, a great backup too, who would probably be a starter on any other team. Yes, they have a run game. That is not where the Packers' success come from. And even if they did have to rely on that, I don't know how much of a run game Aaron Donald is going to allow, assuming he is healthy. Sean McVay has came out and said he's more than likely going to play and something dramatically changes. So having a fully healthy defense on the Rams roster, it's not going to be good looking for Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. Buccaneers defense, we know they have a great pass rush, so that secondary would get eaten alive by Davante Adams. Even though the Buccaneers did beat them in Week 5 of the NFL, like Carson said in the past, Week 5 Aaron Rodgers is going to be different than at home in Green Bay divisional round playoff Aaron Rodgers, and I think he could be the Bucs secondary, unlike Jalen Ramsey and even Troy Hill. That entire Rams secondary is amazing. Saints defense a little more well-rounded, definitely a good middle ground between the Bucs and Rams, but the Rams is definitely the best defense for this team to face. To me, if the Rams have Jared Goff in and he plays conservative, doesn't throw a turnover, just does his job, puts up even only 2 touchdowns, allows Cam Akers to do his job, gets 160 yards and a touchdown himself, and then allows the defense to crack down on Aaron Rodgers, I think the Rams have a great chance of pulling off an upset in this game.
Yeah, again, if I'm a Packers fan, like you just said, I'd be worried about an upset. Very real possibility in this game. Number 1 scoring offense this season in the Green Bay Packers and number 1 scoring defense in the Rams.
Yeah.
It lines up really well to be a great game. Aaron Donald, was it a bruised rib? Was that what it was ruled as?
Not exactly sure. I think it was more of a just
whatever
combination.
Aaron Donald dealing with a slight injury, so that's possible. But he was quoted earlier this week, maybe yesterday, saying something about he's ready to kill or whatever he said was really intimidating. So I'd be scared if I were anybody playing him. So Aaron Donald seems to be healthy. Green Bay Packers are missing Pro Bowl offensive tackle David Bakhtiari.
That's a big
injured himself a couple weeks ago in practice, which is really unfortunate. So that's going to be big. You'd imagine that he would have a big role in blocking Aaron Donald because, for me, that's the key. You got to double team him, you got to triple team him, you got to do whatever you got to do to neutralize Aaron Donald because I don't care how good of a quarterback you are. Of course, Aaron Rodgers is one of the best in the game. With Aaron Donald in the pass rush, you can't beat him. So you got to control him. And then, of course, the matchup between Davante Adams and Jalen Ramsey, one we have not seen this year, that'll be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I think these two teams, Rams on defense and Packers on offense, are just a really great matchup. And like you said, if Jared Goff can manage to play conservative football, do his job, I think the Packers might be in trouble.
Yeah, I really hate to narrow the entire game down and oversimplify it down into one thing, but I do think a huge part of the game and who will win will come down to the Jalen Ramsey and Davante Adams matchup. Like I said, Jalen Ramsey can take DK Metcalf out of the game, but we've seen DK Metcalf is very, I don't want to say he's super inconsistent, but he definitely has his on and off times, has a random drop even if he is open by Jalen Ramsey, so that does make Ramsey look better in some situations when they match up. However, if Davante Adams is wide open, that dude is not going to drop the ball. This is a complete different receiver from DK Metcalf. This is his top 10 receiver in DK Metcalf compared to a top 1, top 2 receiver in Davante Adams. So it's definitely going to be an extra step for Jalen Ramsey having to deal with. However, if he can win that matchup, and really winning a matchup with Davante Adams is really holding them to like under 80 yards and a touchdown. At that point, if you can give them even that, you pretty much win that matchup because that forces Aaron Rodgers to pass his other receivers, which we know are limited on talent. Yes, they're skill players. Yes, they're in the NFL. They have some talent, especially in their tight end, Robert Tonyan. But they're not completely one-dimensional, they're one-dimensional reliant. They're not completely relying on that strictly, but heavily. Like I said, the run game is going to probably be stopped by Aaron Donald, assuming he's healthy. And like we said, if Aaron Donald now takes up, if he was just one-on-one with David Bakhtiari, he's now going to have two guys on him, and that's going to open up the pass rush for the rest of the guys for sure. And I think they're definitely going to crack Aaron Rodgers and get him under pressure. And not only does any quarterback do bad under pressure, Aaron Rodgers gets very frustrated and has a quick temper, can lose his shit if he gets pressured very quickly. So that's going to be hard to see him overcome that. Really, it's going to come down to Jalen Ramsey and Aaron Donald. Not that that's a surprise to everyone, but I do think the Rams can pull off an upset this weekend.
Yeah, and again, we know the Packers struggled this year with run defense in general. Cam Akers had a good game against Seattle, a couple big catches out of the backfield, so I think that might pose another issue for the Packers as well.
Yeah, I truly think the Rams will win this game.
Be close. All right, as far as the question today, it was the 2010-2011 season. Aaron Rodgers beat the Pittsburgh Steelers in the Super Bowl. Thanks for watching, guys. 2-minute warning.